Let's move to the nation's capital, where the murder of a newspaper vendor, Ifeanyi Okereke, in Abuja by a security aide attached to Speaker Femi Gbajabiamila has left his 36-year-old widow shattered. TVC News was at the Duse home of the Okerekes, where a weeping Josephine Okereke seeks justice for her late husband. Jake Adisa reports.
Married life was good for 36-year-old Josephine Okereke. She and her husband met on the job as newspaper vendors, but Ifeanyi preferred that his wife quit the job to take care of the home front, pending when he would be able to set her up with a thriving business. He was a loving husband, a caring father to her 2 kids, and a man generally loved by anyone he came across. Memories of their 7-year-old marriage bring smiles to her lips, even at this time of mourning. She says Ifeanyi was God sent to her.
When I deliver the child, they say it drank water from they say. Then they invite her to another hospital. They have to bring out the water, they put the child oxygen. Then the both of us sleep in that hospital. After we sleep, we are even gisting. He will tell me that go and lie down. He lied gist.
Our joy was cut short on the 19th of November when a trigger-happy security aide snuffed the life out of the ever-cheerful newspaper vendor.
Security personnel shot this guy.
TVC News took a journey to her residence in Dutse, one of the suburbs of the Federal Capital Territory. A 30-kilometer journey ended at a 1-bedroom apartment which she shared with her husband until his death. Josephine gave birth to a baby boy on the 12th of November, exactly 1 week before her husband was killed. His death came 2 days to the naming ceremony of their son. She speaks of how the news of her husband's death came to her.
That Thursday, he called me. Tell me that I should arrange my things. After work, he will branch and pick me. That Saturday is the naming. That is the last call we spoke. Around after 2. Then towards evening, I'm expecting his call. I did not hear from him. Then I called, the number switched up. Then my mommy was shouting, enter the neighbor compound, say, hey. Then my mind fly up. I say, hey, my husband is dead. That's what I was saying. Hey, my husband is dead. That's when I thought people started holding me, consoling me.
She agrees the speaker has been supportive with a visit to her parents' home in Suleja, Niger State, where she has been after giving birth, and a promise of an education trust fund for her 2 children. All she wants is a fulfillment of these promises. There is a new twist to this situation, as the family of the 38-year-old newspaper vendor has petitioned the speaker, demanding he pays 500 million naira as compensation, failing which it is heading to the courts. But Josephine says that decision was taken without her knowledge or consent.
Because I was shocked when I hear that. Look at what they wrote. Because my husband's father came that Sunday. That is the eye we saw last. He said let him go to his brother's son's place and sleep. That the next day, that's what when I hear the news of 5, I said, but they did not tell me that this is what they are running around all this while. Because I'm not aware of it.
Nevertheless, she wants a befitting burial for her husband and adequate compensation for her and her husband's family.
What I want now is that, first, accommodation to secure the future of these children. Then any other thing, if they want to establish, will follow. And them, my father-in-law, I won't say nothing to them because them, they did not have. It's my husband that normally provide when they call him.
Josephine Ifeanyi Okereke is distraught. Her hope is that succor in form of moral and financial assistance will come her way soon, and that of her 2 children, so she can pick up the pieces of her life shattered by the killing of her husband. Her husband's colleagues are lending support to her at this time and want well-meaning Nigerians, including the Speaker, to offer her assistance.
We want to disassociate the association, Abuja Newspaper Distributors Association and Newspaper Vendors Association from that suit. We are not part and parcel of that suit.
500 million naira demand, we are not in support of it. What we need is justice.
Since the Speaker has promised, let the promise that he make, let it come to reality. Even the house they are saying now, the house have already expired.
Don't worry.
As the family continues to mourn the demise of its breadwinner, its hope is that the perpetrator will be brought to justice and Nigeria will someday be rid of cases of extrajudicial killings. Joke Edsa, TVC News, Abuja.